actually a mitzvah in our 613 mitzvot not to forget God. As a matter of fact, there's an obligation. It's an obligation that you're supposed to do it every day in the morning. All the guys that go to pray in the morning, shachrit, and women should do it every day at some point, to do something called the 10 Remembrances. 10 things that you're supposed to remember. 10 things. 10. There's 10 remembrances. There's 6 things. There's 6 things you're talking about something else. It's similar, but it's not the same. Right, there's 6 things, but this is 10 remembrances. 2 different things. They're similar, though. But the 10 remembrances are as such. Yetziat Mitzrayim. You must remember Egypt. Why? Remember where you came from. Remember, you used to be a slave. You were nothing. They were beating you up. They were killing babies. They were taking their blood, making a bath out of it. Remember all that stuff? Hashem destroyed the biggest civilization in the world. The ones that you thought were your friends initially, because Yosef HaTzadik, Pashat Shavua. Pashat Shavua, he said Yosef HaTzadik was the leader. He made them rich. They loved him. They worshipped him. They made him into a god. Remember, that's the America of their day. You made them rich, and then what? They made you into a slave. So remember Egypt? You remember that stuff? They made you a slave? Okay, remember. Don't trust any Adam. Don't trust any man. No one. Why? Tomorrow he may not be here. That's why in a couple of weeks we're going to see Sefer Shmot. It says, and now a Paro was born who didn't remember Yosef. What do you mean didn't remember Yosef? What, you forgot? Remember, remind them. There's 500 million people in Egypt. 500 million people. One of them remembers. Why? He just died last week. He died last week. Hey, Paro, hey. You remember Yosef? I had the pictures all over the walls. Yosef HaTzadik, everybody, every house has a picture. Yosef HaTzadik. Why? He made us rich. We were nothing. He made us rich, Yosef HaTzadik. Remember him? What do you mean? Paro woke up and didn't remember him. Says, you didn't remember him on purpose. Why? Get him out of my face. Why? I don't like him anymore. Why? He's dead. I don't have to pay him any honor. I don't have to pay him any honor. He's some Jew. He did nothing. It's not really him. It was our money that made the money. It was always them that made them. We just gave him a job. We gave him an opportunity. Look, he took advantage. He took all of our money. He took all of our jobs. He took all of our careers. He turned the whole story upside down. So the America of their day, Egypt, Hashem says you must remember it. Why? You like him today, everything is fine. They said, capital of Israel is Yerushalayim. Baruch Hashem. Thank you. Thank you for giving us permission to have Yerushalayim as the capital. Baruch Hashem for you. Everyone is sending letters. Wow, look at this, amazing. Thank you very much for telling us what we knew for already 3,000 years. Thank you. So much kavod, so many articles written, so many things. What is this, a joke? This mitzvah, first number 1, says, remember Mitzrayim. Not just the slavery part. What happened before? 2, Shabbat. Shabbat. You got the mitzvah of Shabbat before you even got to Mount Sinai. Why? That's the deal breaker. You keep Shabbat, Chazak u'Baruch. You have a share in the world to come. You don't, nothing you can do is going to save you. You can keep 612 out of the 613 mitzvot somehow, some way. You're a Kohen, you're a woman, you're a man, you're everything. You found a way, you found a loophole to keep all of the mitzvot except Shabbat. Alach alecha. Doesn't make a difference. Goes to the garbage. Why? You get paid in this world, you have no olam haba. Remember Shabbat. It's a big deal. That's number 2. Man. Remember the man. What's remember the man? I don't have any man. You have any man in the house? I'm telling you, I study Torah, I try all night, all day, I sleep, I wake, I tried all the time. No man coming down. No man coming down. What do you say remember the man? I don't remember the man. What do you say remember the man? Remember that Hashem's the one that pays the bills. Your parnasah is from Shamayim the same way that the man came from Shamayim. Same way that the man came from Shamayim 3,300 years ago, your parnasah comes from Shamayim. So whether you work until 11 o'clock at night, or 11 o'clock in the afternoon, or you work 6 days, or 7 days, or 9 days, or 2 days, or 1 day, your parnasah, regardless, is coming from Shamayim. If you don't believe it, you are a kofer b'Torah. If you think you're making your money, you're a kofer gamur. You have a problem. You have a serious problem. It's not an emunah issue. It's a problem with your foundational beliefs in Judaism. Why? Because parnasah is from Shamayim. You think the parnasah comes from your koach, from your things. You have a problem. That's 2. That's 3. 4. Amalek. Maaseh Amalek. What's Amalek? Amalek was created to destroy you. Amalek and the word safek, which means doubt, have the same numerical value in Gematria. The same numerical value in Gematria. Now, Amalek is alive and well in body, like the Nazis, Yimach Shemam V'Zichram, but also in words. Sometimes you can have a shiur Torah, and you're learning, you're there an hour, 2 hours, if you're my shiur, 3 hours, everything is good, wow, everything is fantastic, amazing, you just are alive, you did tshuva, everything is great, Baruch Hashem, everything. You leave the shiur, you leave 5 seconds of the shiur, or you see a comment on the internet from one of these keyboard warriors, or somebody that didn't come to the shiur. Oh, you went to, what, Yaron, that guy, oh, really? I heard, you know what I heard? You start making up things. I heard, start making up things. All of a sudden, what happens? Oh, wait a minute. If what he says is true, then maybe everything else is not true. Maybe there's, what? He put just one poisonous seed in your mind. One point. He didn't have to say a whole shiur for 3 hours to go against the 3 hours. 1 second. Hey, thanks for listening. Bye. That's it. He didn't say nothing. Oh, you went to him. Oh, okay. That guy. Made it, you didn't say nothing. He said, That's where the Chafetz Chaim says this is a sur from the Torah to ever say anything other than a compliment about someone that teaches Torah. Even if all you have is negative things, even if he taught Torah, and nothing came out of his mouth, all shtiot, all nonsense. It wasn't against the Torah, but nothing entertaining, nothing really of intellect, nothing really of chidushi, nothing. Mamash, he came there, he said to you guys, Hashem took us out of Egypt for 5 hours in a row. That's it. That's all he said. Hashem took us out of Egypt. You are not allowed, Chafetz Chaim says, Lashon hara, for you to go and say somebody else. Hey, by the way, boring shiur. 5 hours, he says, Hashem took us out of Egypt. It's Isur from the Torah. What's Isur from the Torah? What does it mean, Isur from the Torah? What does it mean it's not allowed in the Torah? Rambam says, no olam haba. Ad kedei kach. Why? You destroyed neshamot. Someone that maybe got a chizuk out of that shiur, or maybe will get a chizuk from it last week or next week, now you just ruined all of it. Why? You would put a little poison. It doesn't have to be a lot of poison to be Amalek. You can have, like those huge barrels they have, like they put water in different cities and so on, as giant barrels. Somebody's put just a little bit, tiny, not even 1%, 1% of 1% of poison in that water, the whole water's gone. Everything, anyone drinks it, dies. That's it. That's Amalek. That's Amalek. You don't have to say much. You ruin everything. Next one, Ma'amad al-Sinai. Ma'amad al-Sinai is the 5th one. He says, remember Ma'amad al-Sinai. Why do I need to remember Ma'amad al-Sinai? Why do I have to remember Mount Sinai? Because you were there. You may not remember it, but you were right next to me. You're pushing me, I remember. You were there. What does it mean you were there? Your neshama was there. So what? Your neshama was there. That means when you get up to Shamayim, you can't say, I didn't know. What do you mean you didn't know? You think Hashem, the creator of all creation, the king of kings, Hashem Yitbarach, that loves you, is going to put you into a world and you don't know anything? Nothing? You're like a golem? Nothing? You're a little Play-Doh? Just a piece of Play-Doh, you know nothing? You never had an opportunity to do tshuva? You never had an opportunity to ask yourself, what's the truth? What's fake? Why did I come to this world? Nothing? You're just a golem? Nothing? I said, you were in Mount Sinai. You were in Mount Sinai, of course you knew. You may not remember the day you were in Mount Sinai because it was 3,000 years ago. It's a long time ago. But your neshama remembers. At some point during your life, you're going to constantly be reminded. There's going to be doubts. Am I doing right? Am I doing wrong? Should I marry this woman? Should I marry this guy? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I steal? You're always asking yourself. Why do you think you're asking yourself? No one taught you in grade school about marriage. No one taught you in grade school whether to waste seed or not. But if you go to a Jewish crowd, doesn't matter if they're soldiers in the army, doesn't matter it's in the kibbutz, doesn't matter it's in America, doesn't matter it's in Guam, doesn't matter it's in Africa, you tell people, ladies and gentlemen, what do you know about wasting seed? Everyone knows it's asur. They don't know why it's asur. You go to Goyim, you go to non-Jews, ladies and gentlemen, what do you know about wasting seed? Everyone knows it's asur. They don't know why. They never read anything about it. As a matter of fact, this is the first time in their life they actually heard the term, but they automatically know what it means. No one in their right mind thinks that wasting seed is taking a bunch of seeds for sesame seeds and throwing them on the ground. No one thinks that. No one thinks it's taking little pistachios and throwing it in the air or something. No one thinks that. No one thinks that it's watermelon seeds. No one thinks like that. Everyone knows exactly what I mean when I say, what do you think of wasting seed? Why? You were Mount Sinai. You were Mount Sinai. You cannot deny it. Next. מה שהקציפו אבותינו לקדוש ברוך הוא במדבר ובפרט בעגל. That our holy fathers, Am Yisrael, דור הדעה, despite having miracles after miracles after miracle after miracle after miracle, day and night. There was not a day that passed without a miracle. But I'm not talking about a miracle like we see miracles. Miracle, you didn't have a flat tire. Miracle, you got on time to the appointment even though you were an hour behind. Miracle that your wife still likes you. Miracle that your husband wanted to marry you. Miracle that the kids are still home. All types. I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about miracles in Shamayim. You're seeing crazy things. Miracles. Despite all of that, Am Yisrael still went against Hashem. Still had a golden calf. What is this reminder? Reminder is miracles for all of those people that say, why doesn't Hashem just show himself? Why doesn't Hashem just show himself to all of us and eliminate all doubt? Why doesn't Hashem show us, hey, ani Hashem Elokechem, in the sky, just write something. Write God. Everyone knows where it came from. Or just say something, scare us to death. Say, hey, I'm God, that's it, finished. Everyone's going to believe in God. There's not going to be an atheist in the world. Hashem says, not possible. Why? Look, the ones that saw miracles nonstop. Still at some point, the miracles did not help them do tshuva. Why? Because the Yetzer Hara continues to work. Unless the Yetzer Hara Tov works, Yetzer Hara wins. Unless you continue learning Torah, continue getting glued to Hashem, continue working on yourself, on your midot, your character traits, and everything else, it's all going to fall apart. All the miracles you had are going to become a distant memory. How many of you have books, notebooks, that you wrote down all the miracles that happened in your life? I won't embarrass you and ask you to raise your hands. How many of you have a memory, just a memory of all the miracles that you ever had in your life? I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand. How many of you remember how many miracles you had today? Not yesterday, not last week, not your whole life, just today. Even that you have to think about. Why? Miracles don't help people do tshuva. Miracles just open the door. Come in, son. Come in, daughter. Come. Come. What keeps you in? Torah. So stop asking the silly question of why doesn't Hashem appear? Next. That there were always going to be some leaders out there that are going to go against the nation. But only we can beat ourselves. Bil'am, a Rasha, was a prophet that had one power that even Moshe Rabbeinu didn't have. He knew the moment, the rega, that Hashem would punish the world. The moment. It's a rega. Some of the Chachamim say this is 1 out of 15,000 of a second. That's the rega. Whatever it is, the Gemara in a couple of places, in Brachot and in Megillah. You know, that gave him power that if he utilized that moment, that rega, he'd ask Hashem to do whatever he wants, he'd do it. He tried cursing Am Yisrael during that moment, Hashem said no. Balak had cash. He said, Bilam, you curse them, you destroy them, I'll pay you anything you want. $1 billion? No problem. Where do you want me to make your check payable to? Cash? No problem, with diamonds too. Whatever you want, I have cash. Donald Trump was like an employee for him. Balak had a lot of money. He said, I'll pay whatever you want, just destroy these people. But what really destroyed us? What nearly destroyed the entire nation? You go to Parashat Balak at the end. After all of the trials that Balak and Bilam tried, cursing us several times, 3 times. Nothing worked. What nearly destroyed us? Immodesty. Immodesty. Bilam told him, listen, the curse is not working. Why? God of Israel, he runs the show. It doesn't matter what I do. He wants to curse, he curses. He's not like a genie. He wants to curse, he curses. Doesn't want to curse, he curses. What do you think? He's like us? He changed his mind. He said he's blessing them. He's blessing them. But I do know something about him. What do I know? Elokem sonezima. Their God hates immodesty. You sent your immodest girls to them. They go with them. He'll destroy them without you asking. Why? It's disgusting to him. An immodest act is disgusting to Hashem. Why? Because it eliminates the separation between man and animal. What's the difference between man and animal? You can't tell me it's the fact that you're able to speak. Maybe the cow can speak, you just don't understand. You can't tell me it's because I can pray. Maybe the cow is praying and you don't know. As a matter of fact, the Gemara says they do pray every day. What do you think? The frogs are in this world not praying to Hashem every day. They quack, quack, quack. They quack into Hashem. Gemara says several stories about how they're praying to Hashem. What are you saying they're not praying? What are you saying? Because what? You have a mortgage? They don't need a mortgage. They can live anywhere they want. They live better than you. They have no stress. You have stress all the time. What is it? Because you get married? They get married to as many people as they want, as many animals as they want. Every day is a new wife. Every day a new husband. What separates you? What makes you better? What makes you better than an animal? Than a parah? One of these animals we're going to make kosher steaks out of. What? What makes you different? Why are we putting you there? Chopping you up into little kosher steaks. Why? What's the difference? Difference is you have free choice. They work off of instinct. They work off of instinct and you have free choice. What's the free choice? You don't have free choice of whether you're tall or short. You don't have free choice of whether you live or die. You don't have free choice of whether you're born black, white, yellow, green, or any other color in between. What's your free choice? Your free choice is whether you're going to fear God or not. Your free choice is whether you're going to obey what God said or not. So now, God said, there's a few things that I am disgusted by. One of them is immodesty, promiscuity. Whether it's with the same sex, opposite sex, irrelevant. Point is, it's disgusting in the eyes of Hashem. Anything connected to it, anything around it, to such an extent that even the Rasha prophet, the wicked prophet Bilam, had the opportunity to curse us, it didn't work. What worked? He sent a bunch of prostitutes to us. Am Yisrael sinned with them, and Hashem started killing us by the second. 24,000 died in a matter of seconds. Not weeks, not months, not days, not even hours. Seconds. Seconds. What the Chachamim say was to such an extent that had Pinchas not done what it done, within a few more seconds, all of Am Yisrael would have died. There would be no us. No conversion, no tshuva, no Am Yisrael, nothing. Zero. No Moshe Rabbeinu, nothing. Not like the Chet HaEgel, where we sinned with the golden calf and he came to Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, listen, let me just destroy them. And I'll start a new nation from you. No, he didn't say this. He didn't even warn us. That's how much he hates immodesty. That's how much he hates promiscuity. That's how much he hates intermarriage. That's how much. You ask how much? That's how much. You have to remember this every day. It's number 7. Number 8. Maaseh Miriam HaNeviah. Miriam was a prophet. Miriam was a prophet, the sister of Moshe Rabbeinu. Not like the foolish Arabs in their Quran, they write that Miriam was the mother of J.C. Penney, who lived 1,000 years before the guy. Miriam was a prophet, Kodesh Kodeshim. As a matter of fact, there's a story in the Gemara about Miriam that make you understand how important it is to listen to rebuke regardless of where it comes from. Miriam was 6 years old. 5 years old, actually, at the time. 5 years old, Miriam. She sees her father, Amram. Amram's Gdol Ador. Kodesh Kodeshim. How Kodesh? How holy is he? Gemara says only 4 people lived and died with never sinning. What never sinning? Never sinning like big things, never chilul Shabbat, never ate non-kosher, never sinning, period. Ever, nothing. On the way here, I think some of us sinned. Just on the way here. 1 second. Yeah, 4 people. Yes, he was allowed. He was allowed. This is before Matan Torah. And that's why after Matan Torah, one of the best proofs of the Torah is that Moshe Rabbeinu's parents, Amram and Yocheved, had to get divorced. They had to get divorced. That's one of the best proofs that the Torah is authentic. Why? If Moshe Rabbeinu wrote it out of his own free will, out of his own mind, why in his right mind would he go up to the mountain, come down from the mountain, hey, Abba, Ima, hey, by the way, I love you guys, we have to get divorced. At the very least, you say, Abba, Ima, since I'm the one that wrote the Torah, your grandfather then. You don't have to do anything. Don't worry about it. Chachamim say, first thing they have to do, Abba and Ima, you have to get divorced.
But Israel is already from the times of Noah.
Not the issue, not the issue of marrying your aunt. That only came after Matan Torah. We also learn this from Yaakov Avinu, who married 2 sisters. Yaakov Avinu married 2 sisters. He's allowed at the time to marry 2 sisters because at the time we don't have Matan Torah. Even though they kept the laws, they kept them as Noahides and they kept them as far as what their limitations were. They didn't keep them like Am Yisrael kept them after Matan Torah. It didn't become official. Now, Amram comes to Am Yisrael and he tells them, listen, this Paro Rasha, he's killing us. Every boy that's born, he's killing us. Every boy, misken, what the boy do? He's just born. He didn't even do anything. He didn't even curse him out, nothing. He didn't even have a chance to do anything yet. Already killing them. So why are we going to bother having kids? Carry the baby, 9 months, misken. And then, the Chachamim say that one of the miracles that made Am Yisrael greater than Egypt, that made the Egyptians decide to only kill the boys, but not the girls, if they want to destroy us, kill the girls too. Says, no, we want to keep the girls. Why keep the girls? Because every birth was 6 kids. So he said, look, the Jewish women, the Israelites, they're great. Let's keep the women for ourselves. We can grow. Every time we're with them, 6 Egyptians, 6 Muhammads, 6 Mustafas, we're going to become 2 billion within a couple of generations. China. Or Mustafas today. So now, what happens? They start killing us, but they kill the boys only. So Amram says, what are we going to have this for? For what? We're going to carry the babies just to kill them? For what? Divorces Yocheved. Miriam HaKdosha, 5 years old, little, piccolo, tiny. Abba, you're a worse than Paro. What? Excuse me? You're worse than Paro, Abba. My daughter's only 2.5, Baruch Hashem. At 5 years old, she tells me I'm worse than Paro. I'm not giving her another chance. I'm not saying, hey, well, let me see why. Amram was Kodesh Kodashim. Amram gave her a chance. He goes, why? Why am I worse than Paro? He says, Paro is a Rasha. Paro's decree was to kill only the boys. Your decree to divorce the wives, to not have any more kids, is killing the boys and the girls. Why? Because you're Gdol Ador. You got divorced to Ima. You're not going to have any more kids. Now everyone's going to follow you. Everyone's going to divorce their wives. So no kids at all. So no boys and no girls. Your decree is worse than Paro. Your decree is worse than Paro's. Why is it worse than Paro's? Paro is a Rasha. Paro is wicked. Meaning that maybe what he says happens, maybe he doesn't, because he's a Rasha. Hashem doesn't have to fulfill his will. You're tzaddik. If you say, Hashem does. Why? You're tzaddik. Mara says it. Masechet Shabbat, Masechet Barot, a few places. So now, imagine. Gdol Ador, giant of giants, never sinned in his life, looks at a 5-year-old, just rebuked him. And she's right. Between you and me, you listen? I don't listen. I pretend like it didn't happen. I'm telling you, personally, I pretend like it doesn't happen. 5 years, what's she know? 5 years old. Next week, I'll find something else. I'll find a new excuse. So I'll pretend like it's my idea. 5 years old, I'm going to tell the whole world, listen, now I'm Israel, I made a mistake. My 5-year-old just rebuked me. That's what he did. That's what he did. Why? That's Ish Emet. That's a Ish Emet. That's why he's Gdol Ador. So Miriam had the intuition, had the nevuah, had the prophecy that this had to happen at 5 years old, and because of her, and because of how Amram responded, Moshe Rabbeinu was born. He married, she was a Shatchanit, she got $10,000. Shatchanit, $10,000, Abba, Ima, nice to meet each other, get married, Chuppah, Kiddushin all over again. Moshe Rabbeinu was born a year later. She's 6 years old, she has little Moshe Rabbeinu, little does everyone know. This little Moshe Rabbeinu is going to become big Moshe Rabbeinu, the prophet of all prophets. Why? Listen to rebuke of a 5 years old. So this very same Miriam, she sees everything. She leaves with us Egypt. She's in the desert with us. There's a whole river of fresh water following Am Yisrael for 40 years due to her merit. She dies, the river dies. It says Maaseh Miriam. What's Maaseh Miriam? What's Maaseh Miriam? What do we have to remember about Miriam? It says the one time she sinned. What she sinned? She just saved Am Yisrael. Yes, she sinned once. What did she sin? What did she do? You remember? It says that she said something not so appropriate about Moshe Rabbeinu, her brother. She said Moshe, she was talking to Aaron. She's talking to one of the guys, she's talking to her brother. One of the other, she's not talking to the rest of the people. She's not making an announcement. She's talking to Aaron, someone who understands, another leader. Our brother, Moshe, he left his wife Tzipora. Why? Why does he think he's buried? Maybe he's a little gaftan. Maybe he's thinks of himself now because God speaks to him. Why? We're prophets also. Well, he's a prophet. We're prophets also. In her level, that was considered lashon hara. In her level, it was considered distasteful speech against the Gedol Hador. And Hashem came out from the heaven, and a bat kol came out and says, no, he's not a prophet like you. You're a prophet, yes, but not like Moshe Rabbeinu. And he punished her with tzarat. Tzarat is both a spiritual and a physical disease. Only cure is God. Doesn't matter what medicine you have. And when you have it, you have to, one of the cures is to do tshuva. The main thing you have to do is tshuva. How do you do tshuva? Bring embarrassment to yourself. Someone, first of all, they throw you out of the camp because you're going to infect other people. They throw you out of the camp so everyone knows you spoke about somebody else in a negative way to make others distance themselves from him or from her. So the actual punishment is for everyone to distance themselves from you. So first of all, everyone knows you are mirachel. You are a guy who speaks bad things about other people. Everyone knows you have a tongue that doesn't stop. Get out. That's first thing. That's first thing. Second thing is that when you're outside of the camp, no one's allowed to be next to you. And if someone doesn't know you have it, don't have it, they come, they're on their horse, they're on their camel, they're on their donkey, they're coming down. And you're over there in your little camp, outside of the camp. You're in your old little hut over there. And someone comes down the street. You have to come out and start screaming, no, tzarat, tzarat, meaning, I have tzarat. You have to tell people I have tzarat. You have to tell people, hey, it's like someone say, I have AIDS. Who wants to do that? You have to bring embarrassment to yourself. So now the Gemara Masechet Shabbat, page 66, says, but that's only one tzarat. If you said tzarat once, we'd understand you're bringing embarrassment to yourself. Why are you saying tzarat twice? It's written twice. Say tzarat, tzarat. If it's once, if it's for embarrassment, say it once. Why is he saying it twice? He says the second time is to make them feel bad for you. Why? You make other people feel bad for you, they pray for you. They pray for you, they have more merits than you. B'ezrat Hashem, you have refuah shlema. Second time, make other people feel bad for you. Why? They pray for you. They pray for you. That's where we get one of the sources where you guys always see, so-and-so, bar minan, something happened, pray for them, Tehillim, this, that's the source. They say, why do we pray for people? Why do you pray for people? Why? You're now, technically, if something happened in some house or some place, you're not allowed to announce it to the world. If somebody just ruined their car, they're a bad driver, you start telling them, hey, by the way, Joe over there is a terrible driver. Lashon hara. Not allowed to say it. But if you say, Bar Minan, Shem Rachem, Joe got into an accident, pray for him. It's not Lashon Hara. Why? You make other people feel bad for him. They pray for him, Bezrat Hashem has refuah shlema. So, Miriam got tzarat. As holy as she was, she got tzarat. Why? She said of one thing, a little doubt. She had a little safek about Moshe Rabbeinu. So if Miriam can get tzarat, such a horrible, horrible disease, that Moshe Rabbeinu was the only one that was able to cure. He prayed for her one time, 5 words, finished. But the whole nation prayed for her, nothing happened. Moshe Rabbeinu said 5 words, finished, cured. Why? Doesn't matter how holy you are. Garbage comes out of your mouth, you have a sore mouth, there will be an outcome. A really bad one. Next one, which is the reason why we said this whole list for. Umitzvat vezacharta et Adonai Elohecha. Ki hu anoten lecha koach lasot chayil. To remember Hashem your God. To remember Hashem your God. This is a mitzvah in the Torah out of the 613 mitzvot from the Torah, 7 from Rabbanan, 620 total. One of those mitzvot from the Torah says, remember God. Why remember God? Because He's the one who gives you power to acquire wealth. He's the one that gives you power to do anything. If you think about it, logically, it's not logical to not remember God. It's illogical not to remember God. Why? Where do you think you came from? Where'd you come from? Nothing? You have to come from somewhere. The money just appear? What, you just came up with the idea on your own? Who created your brain? Who gave you eyes? Who gave you ears? Who gave everything? It's illogical to forget God. But nonetheless, we do it all the time. Nonetheless, we do it all the time. And the reason why is because we turn ourselves, Hashem Elachem, into our own gods. We give ourselves the credit. I'm the one that thought of this new invention. I'm the one that picked this investment. I'm the one that decided to work at this time, at this place, and such and such. Me. Constantly giving ourselves the credit. Hashem says, remember, me. What is it like? A king only has one daughter. And he says to the daughter, I'll give you anything you want. Your husband that you're going to marry one day, I'll give him anything he wants. Okay, one day she grows up, she gets married, and this guy just comes in, and he says, listen, I'll give you guys whatever you want. Oh, really? Sure. We want a house. No problem. Where do you want the house? How big do you want the house? I want the house in this place at this time, $10 million house. No problem. I want a car on Monday, a different car on Tuesday, a different car on Wednesday, and a chopper and a plane and a food and a servants and this and that. Anything you want to give you. Okay, what's the condition? Is there a price for this or not? It's free. Nothing's free in life. He says there's only one small thing that I want, the king says. Only one small thing. Wherever you go, you have this vacation house, you have the other house, you have the car on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You have all these different things that I'm giving you, I'm paying for it. Just make sure to give me a little bit of room. Just one tiny little room. Doesn't have to be a big room. You have a house, 20,000 square feet. Give me a room no bigger than a small bathroom. Something small, tiny. But just give it to me. Don't give it to anyone else. Just a room for me. Sounds logical. Come on, you're not going to give it to him? He just paid for the house. You should take the whole house. You should have the little room. What happens? One day the king shows up. Hello, I need a place to sleep. I need a place to pray. I need a place to eat. I need a place to rest. Oh, I'm sorry, we're busy. Come back next week. Unfortunately, that's us when we forget about God. He gave us everything. He gave us zivu. He gave us parnasah. He gave us kids. He gave us everything we have. We forget to give him a little room every day. That's why there's a mitzvah in the Torah. Hashem says, I know, I created you. I created you that way because you had to work on this mitzvah in order to fulfill it. You have to constantly, proactively remember me. That's why you have to say it at the end of your tefillah. It's not part of your tefillah. It's at the end. Why? It's an extra effort. It's not part of your tefillah. It's the end. Because the tefillah, which we'll talk about now, is the part you can easily become used to and become robotic. The last mitzvah that you are obligated to remember Uschirat Yerushalayim Tibane v'tikone b'ma'ah b'amenu amen. It says, remember Yerushalayim. Remember that the days of the Mashiach are going to come, and Yerushalayim is going to be rebuilt, and Am Yisrael will be great again. But right before that, he tells you about remember God. Why? The only chance you'll be able to survive to see the last one. The only chance you'll have to see this Yerushalayim is you fill the first 9.